Can't begin my day until I've had a Dickens cider.
There's nothing better than waking up to a good old Dickens cider.
My girlfriend loves Dickens ciders. My sister came to stay with us for a month, and my husband couldn't go a day without the Dickens cider.
My girlfriend loves a Dickens cider.
My mum loves a Dickens cider.
My sister loves to wake up in the morning with a Dickens cider.
I'm a bit young, but I would love to try a Dickens cider.
So there you have it. For over 150 years, Frederick Von Dickens has developed a beverage that literally brings women to their knees. So fellas, for the sake of the economy, get a Dickens cider.
That's right. We are live right here on the Whoa Entertainment Network. Thank you guys for tuning in. I already see a couple people checking in. Somebody checked in on Whoa Entertainment. I'm not sure who it is yet, though. Said, oh, that was you?
That'd be me.
Cooper. I see Hugh Janus.
Yeah, Hugh Janus on
there. I'm assuming that's one of Dean's many aliases.
Yes. Half a dozen of them are in jail.
Yeah.
He's, poor guy. I don't know how he can afford to live. He's got all that money going to all their books and stuff.
Yeah.
Help feed them.
Yeah. So
I had to change my. Sorry, I'm late.
Had to change accounts. Yeah. Dean popped in and then popped in on his other account. So, but anyway, so yeah, we've got 7 hours left in Facebook jail. So
I see.
He's had a hell of a band this time. So we're waiting on our guest to show up. So real quick, how was everybody's frozen ass week, Richie?
Well, I decided my truck needs a tune up at the last second.
Apparently.
Yeah, ain't none 8 spark plugs, 8 coil packs. But for the life of me, I can't figure out, how do you break a dipstick tube?
Fix or repair daily. The problem is circled on the front, man.
No, that ain't the problem. The one that goes in transmission. I don't.
Yeah, the problem's circled on the front.
That was the hell of it. Other than that, not a whole lot going on. Man, counting down, boys. Counting down.
Yeah.
Counting down. I've been on the phone 4 times
there's
already.
A show on Friday
with Richard
Saturday
Montano,
night.
the Godfather.
Yeah. Make sure he's got the right time and place.
Yeah, he calls me. Hey, he's getting food out of a drive-thru. Why does a fat man call another fat man from a drive-thru? Okay. But he's excited to be there. Thai food's raring to go.
Hell yeah.
They both want to make sure Carl's filming accurate. I said, Carl, I'll be there and film. They said, has he got a better camera?
Yes, I do.
So the running joke to you, Carl, is, do you got a better camera?
Yes, I do. It won't go dead.
So
I see.
Anyway, we're looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Glad to see we got some things going on.
Yeah.
Sad news. My son, one of the barns he works at a hog farm, burnt plumb to the ground.
Oh, damn.
And he didn't get one slab of ribs and no bacon.
No, look at all that barbecue that was
That's pre-smoked meat.
Man,
that was 100 by 400 building full of feeder hogs.
Full.
Oh.
I'd have been the redneck you seen on TV coming up with blood all over me with a knife and
right.
Mama, get the pan ready.
We eating tonight.
Well, I was out at my buddy's house when he got that call. Right. He works for an electric company. He had to go up and shut it off.
Yeah.
He said when he got up there, he could not hear anybody talking.
Yeah,
the squealing was so awful.
I worked at a hog farm before.
That's
you heard
that's some Silence of the Lambs shit right there.
That is.
Yeah.
Like straight up, that would be Silence of the Lambs. I mean, just absolutely ridiculous noise.
Oh,
I used to haul pigs, so I know. Carl?
Well, apparently my son should have hauled some.
Yeah, apparently.
Then when he was coming home the next night, he hit 3 deer in his truck.
Good Lord.
There was only 15 in a row.
If there wasn't.
Did he take them home? Since he didn't get the hogs.
I'm not going to answer that live on the air, but
actually,
legally,
it is legal.
You can.
It is legal.
Anyway, the herd is too short now.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And he borrowed some of my knives for something. I can't confirm deny that. That's all I'm saying.
You'll be eating good.
But the poor guy had a rough weekend.
I can tell. If it wasn't for bad luck, he wouldn't have any luck at all.
No.
I mean, damn. No. Carl, your turn.
Let's see. Stayed at home mainly because that freezing cold.
Yeah. I mean, -15 ambient.
Well, one day went out, tried to start the car, and the battery was froze in it. That was bad. Started that off. But other than that, it's warmed up. Got the Jeep all
Oh,
licensed, so
yeah.
we got 2 vehicles going now. So the old lady ain't griping at me.
That's just more insurance payments, though.
Yeah, but it wasn't that bad.
No, it's
Well,
not.
hey,
And
that's
by
a
the way,
good
you
thing.
got a good one. My wife had a red one just like that. Best one she's ever owned.
Mm-hmm.
My son drives
That
it.
one looks interior's perfect on
See,
it.
and,
They're great.
and
Body,
They're great.
tires.
They're a good one.
When he went to inspect it, he looked at it. It's got brand new rotors and
There you go.
calipers and everything on it.
Well-
They didn't tell me.
and see, you say it was one of the best ones they made. He loves it. The one my ex-wife had, it might be because of my ex-wife, was
Could
the
be.
biggest piece of junk.
Hence the word X.
You know,
Okay.
Now it don't
Well,
ride
and-
like a Cadillac. We'll
Oh,
put
oh,
it
no.
that way. That short
well,
wheelbase.
it's
and
no.
everything.
basically it's a Wrangler chassis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with
Four-wheel
with
drive.
with a full body.
yeah, 4-wheel
So-
drive, everything. So,
Yeah.
Other than that,
Well,
enjoying the warmth today.
yes. Oh my God, yes.
Pastor Gary's in the house.
It got so cold
Oh, yeah. Pastor Gary.
that my propane froze. We literally had no heat at the house for 2 days. Like all we had
Wow.
was our space heaters, and then this guy comes up with the old salamander, which I'm gonna buy one.
Tell him, preach it.
If you don't have one, get,
Get
one.
one.
Yeah.
They are worth it. 10 minutes, and I had water throughout the house.
We spent more
so-
time moving things than we did.
Yeah, we spent more time getting it ready to kick on than we did having
Did
it
you
on.
heat his
So
propane lines up?
no, that actually kicked on later that evening.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
so-
hey, I could have.
Yeah.
It changed the temperature in his house fast.
oh yeah,
yeah.
It
They had to open the front door. Well,
The
you know,
only-
for ventilation, of course.
yeah,
too, but-
because the only drawback to that thing is the fumes. It's
Oh,
Right.
right.
You'd
But
be
good thing you
higher
don't
than
have,
Willie Nelson,
good thing you don't have to, good thing you don't have to have it on. You don't have to have it on very long,
right?
you know. But
He'd be higher than Texas Power Bill.
yeah. No. You say they're gouging?
Oh,
Well, that's one of our topics.
yeah, we'll talk about that here in a bit
we
too.
got a guy in the house.
But what we got Pastor Gary in the
Yeah.
chat room there. Put
Yeah.
all prayers out for him. He was down in his basement cleaning up and found a bunch of black mold, and he's down sick.
Oh,
It hit him hard, breathing it in. So
Yeah, I used to be one of the guys, longest time, the only certified guy in the 3-county area to take care of that. The bottle I got is $850 a bottle.
oh yeah, that stuff is nuts.
And I got it from Veriform, and it's high tech, and I guarantee you it'll kill
Yeah.
the mold. You know, but still got.
Well, and see, a lot of people always say, well, you know, a heavy bleach solution will kill it. It'll kill surface mold. It will not get what's in the pores, especially if you've got it in drywall or wood. You've got to get something that's going to actually soak in and
Right.
kill that stuff.
Right.
Um,
when you touch it and sit and you see it moving,
yeah.
you know it ain't doing no good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So real quick, shout outs. I see, obviously we've seen Dean, Mickey, show wife is in the house,
Yeah.
Carrie, and Pastor Gary, and he said doctor tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
he's got to go to the doctor, have his throat all checked out.
Mickey Severance is in there.
I just said that.
I know, but I'm saying it because he's a big guy.
Is that a fat joke from a fat guy?
Yeah. So I can say that. You know, the whole thing. You can't walk a mile in my shoes. Well, guess what?
You can't. You get too winded.
Oh, I can make the refrigerator just fine. I'll have you know.
I'm gonna tell Shelly to put the refrigerator further away from the
You know,
couch.
listen, it don't take much energy to hold a microphone. sorry.
Oh man,
Guys,
they didn't know what the hell they signed up for, did they?
No. We got a couple special guests tonight. We got the mayor of Hamilton, Missouri, going to be here with us.
Yeah.
Let's scoot him up here. We'll get him on the mic and the headphones there. He brought a smart one with him, so if anything he can't answer, he just turn around and ask her, and she can answer the questions for him. And get him all mic'd up there.
Yeah, scoot right on up there to that mic.
That is true. Dean just said pigs can go feral in just a few weeks, and that can create an even bigger problem.
Yeah.
And that is 100%.
Well,
What I
true.
told him up there,
Anyway.
if they would have let the doors open, man, we could have had a giant hog hunt.
The thing is, though, if either way, the pigs were doomed because if they got outside, they'd have killed them anyway. 'Cause
Yeah.
they're contaminated. So, sad deal. You'll put him on camera.
No,
it don't work?
because that won't work. We'll get the feedback
Oh, never mind. Then.
back through there.
Oh, all right. I thought
We'll
you
get
killed
that
it.
worked out.
Well, his voice is on
Yeah,
there. His
we gotta figure
illustrious
that
voice is on there. All right.
Well, I mean, if anything, we can swing the mic over here and you can sit
Yeah.
between us two.
He can sit
Yeah,
over
yeah.
there.
That might be a mistake, though.
You sure got a pretty mouth, man.
Hey, Nico's in the house.
Hey, brother. All right. Guys, the mayor here is with us from Hamilton, Missouri, the hometown of J.C. Penney. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
He's got a prize cow buried there. His Boyd home's there, right up on the square, actually, his Boyd home. Chris Bruce, that's his name. I'm pronouncing it all right, and
that's right.
I'm half retarded.
Nope, that's pronounced right. Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
Now we got an upcoming election coming up. We do a lot of things with veterans, talk about comedy, stuff you've been involved with. So if you want to, I know there's an election coming up. So if you want to just take the mic real quick, introduce yourself, and why you would be a mayor, why you'd be a good mayor again.
Okay. Let's see.
I thought he was running for president in 2024.
No, that's my job. I'm taking that.
Hello, guys. Everybody, my name's Christopher Bruce. I am a Hamilton native. I graduated in 1995 from Penny High School. All my family has been from around the Hamilton area. Both of my children, I got a daughter who I found out this afternoon. She's got some good news for me for this year, so I'll let her break the news on that on her own. My son, who's also he's just found out this year also he's joined the Marines. So
hoorah!
He's going into those here pretty soon. It's been kind of an eventful week for me this week with trying to do some stuff campaigning wise and dealing with stuff as far as my son's news, my daughter's news, and then I just found out the other day that I had a dog that's 17 years old that's in renal failure. So it's been kind of a up and down type of week, but I'm glad to be here. I'm ready to laugh, guys. So.
Yeah.
Oh, you come to the wrong place.
We ain't funny at all. And on the dog, my sincerest because I understand how that is. We've got 4 dogs up the Woe Entertainment headquarters up there, and I mean they're family. We call them our fur kids because they are. I mean,
well, this one's done pretty good. It outlasted 2 marriages. So what can you say?
Well,
hey, I'm gonna tell you something.
1 dog, 2 marriages.
17 years.
I've got dogs I like better than my kids. Yeah. Okay, so.
Depending on the day.
Yeah, and depending on the child too.
Heck, I've got chickens I like better than my kids some days.
About the time you get them trained, she's with being 17, she's legally to drive here in the state of Missouri, so she can go on a beer run or anything like that for you.
Well, in Missouri, you can get your driver's license at Walmart. So
true.
Yeah, that's that here.
No, back to the campaign stuff. It is election this year, re-election. I did my first term, and I didn't think I would get that one, but I did, which was very nice. I enjoyed it. I learned a lot along the way. One thing, I find a passion in helping people, and especially having pride in helping people from your own home.
Yeah.
I do notice that a lot of people come in there and they say, well, this is my town, this is my home, and this is, we're going to do this, that way and everything. Well, sometimes that don't always flow good with people. Small towns, they like change, but they don't like change.
Right.
They like to see the, whatever's going to benefit them. But then there's, it's definitely challenging, but that's part of re-election. And there are 2 other candidates going in it this year. I'll let them do their own campaigning. But anyway, you guys will probably see me out on the trail, handing out cards, putting up signs, and trying to make some appearances. So.
Talk a little bit closer to the center of your mouth. Yeah.
Okay.
We've got some people saying you need a little bit more sound. So, and we've actually got your volume maxed out.
And Pastor Gary lives in Hamilton.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're the Open Bible Church in Hamilton.
Okay.
First of all, before we get back to election, we got to do a little bit of
Q&A.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've been to one of our comedy shows.
I have.
I know. Tell me, did you enjoy yourself?
I did. I thought it was pretty neat. I thought the program was pretty good as far as the whole theme of if you're not crying, you're laughing, and I thought that was pretty good. And then of course, seeing the effects that our vets get as far as being in service and everything, and then of course actually finding out this year that my son was going to be in the Marines kind of hit pretty close to home. So.
Speaking of that, real quick, sorry to interrupt. Mickey, one of our other hosts, says tell him to go Air Wing. I'm partial grunt, but that's just me.
Artillery,
So-
artillery, amphibious assault. So you got different Marines here, but
Yeah.
That's good. I'm glad y'all enjoyed yourselves. I know your girlfriend there. She owned the venue. And we performed in there. That's where you seen us at. Loved doing it there.
Yeah.
The thing is, and I know you're not the mayor of the town we're in,
Right.
okay, but it baffles us. We go to these little towns.
Mhm.
We put people in the seats.
Right.
Except this town here. I don't understand it. Is it not because people in our area don't support each other anymore, or
Well,
what's going on with that?
Cameron's kind of a different area. You know, you got a town that sits in. You got 2 county seats right together. So you got. Some people may agree with something on, one side. The other side don't. I don't really know. What their deal would be or anything. Maybe it's just a lack of advertising. Maybe it's just, this pandemic has got a lot of people scared, and being at the counties, right here with a prison town and everything, and people coming in and out, it's kind of a scary situation.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
All right. We've seen a lot of things with utility companies, gouging people and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
Prices. I know in the state of Missouri, there's a law that says you can't shut someone's power off for 24 hours or more if it's 32 degrees or below.
Yeah,
something
below
like that.
freezing.
And I know they do it. As a mayor of a town, what's your reaction to that when
I
that
think
happens?
it's ridiculous. I got a neighbor actually I seen that got a warning on for his natural gas, and it was the day that they had the pile up on down in Fort Worth, and I seen Summit Natural Gas dropping off a delinquent bill over to his place over across the street from me, which was kind of, I get it that they may be behind on their bill or everything, but that's what can you do when it's gridlocked, everything's 20 below. I mean, what's your options?
What power would a mayor have? Do you have any power for anything like that?
No.
Can you stop that from happening or anything?
You can't really.
Can't.
That's kind of out of the hands of that. I urge anybody that does have any situations as far as electric bills or anything, reach out to your local churches. But even at this time, with their lack of attendance and everything, they are struggling themselves. So
yeah, they are.
It's kind of you guys know the saying. It's kind of a hurry up and wait. I mean, what can you do? I mean,
Geez, we never heard that before.
No, never. Well, and here's something. Here's a question I have. So you are actually elected by the people of Hamilton.
Yes.
It'd be great if Cameron would have done that whenever I lived here.
They do their politics a little different. I think that
you elect the city
aldermen-
council and you don't have anything
the
to.
aldermen elect the.
The city
mayor
council
over
does
here.
that, and I'm like, that's.
But some of the things I think was kind of interesting. Whenever I first became mayor over there, I orchestrated the first in history of all the mayors of Caldwell County. So I reached out to each of the 8 mayors of each of the towns and got those all involved and had a meeting with all those. And it was kind of a neat deal. Although the Breckenridge mayor didn't show up and they had a sit-in, and I was wondering why he didn't show up. It come to find out, we had some tax issues to where he couldn't be the mayor, so they had to use a stand-in.
Yeah. Now,
It's kind of interesting to see all the different points of different towns.
I was going to hit on that. Was that the situation where they had something with all the housing around, and you got together in Caldwell County to tighten up the housing process?
No, not really. I
wouldn't
just got
want-
roads.
Okay.
Population or their roads any better?
Yeah. I did that because the roads, some of the back roads are just treacherous.
Oh, they're terrible. They're
Yeah.
terrible. That was one good thing about the snow, I guess, that was on them. You covered the potholes and you couldn't see where.
Smooth sailing.
Yeah, smooth
Nice.
then.
And I actually, I'll admit, they don't treat the road that runs in front of my house, and there's several potholes on that road.
Yeah.
And so I actually used those potholes to make sure I was still on the road
Oh, yeah.
because I couldn't see the road. So
Yeah. They had a deal last year. It never went through due to the pandemic, but it was adopt a pothole. You could adopt a pothole and decorate it. And if you got this pothole, if it won the prize on it, then, your mayor or your alderman would be out there to fix this pothole, which was actually kind of cool. But of course, again, pandemic hit. And, I guess that was And believe it or not, I was going to put my road on there.
hey, well, leader leads by example.
Yeah,
then gets out there first. What has been your biggest fight so far being married? Fight for the people, I mean.
Biggest fight so far was we had some situations as far as, the police department is always a big topic. Some say we have too many, some say we have enough. You kind of got to lead by example on that, what can you do? You never really have enough protection. You don't know when someone, is going to have a situation to where they're going to need more hands-on. So that's always an important part of it. But from their point of view, you see a small town with a lot of police and being over policed.
Right.
That's a big issue.
What was your opinion on that? Did you agree or disagree with the amount of cops?
I think that there has been plenty of cops previous, to now. There are actually a shortage of them. There are actually one less right now. But there's been some situations and stuff in town where we need extra people. It's a tourist town. I mean, you're getting a lot of people in there and you need them. They had this scary situation with happened in Chillicothe last weekend with a deputy and a shooting and stuff. And they knock on wood that we don't have any situation like that in our town. And so far our guys are protecting us. So that's
well. And Hamilton, aside from being the JCPenney hometown, is also like the quilting capital of the world. Now, mind you, my grandmother
USA is what the sign says.
Yeah. My grandmother quilted like religiously whenever I was growing up, and I grew up down by Jeff City. And so I left, joined the Marine Corps, whatever, came here, and I find out like 4 or 5 years after I moved to this area that Hamilton's the quilting capital of Quilt Town, USA. I'm like,
yeah, it wasn't always that way.
No, it wasn't always that way.
And I mean, it's just
I can remember when it was Stride Rite. It was a shoe. That's where everybody went to, build shoes, and that was a big deal. So times have changed. The looks of everything have changed, but people have come and gone. And I'm still there. I mean, unfortunately, but it's not a bad place. I mean, I do have gripes and stuff about it, but everybody does. So
well, I'm glad you took a position with the police, because when I lived there in town, I wasn't exactly the best guy. I wasn't exactly a nice guy. However, I did have some run-ins with some policemen that shouldn't have been a cop.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you guys started doing background checks before you bring these people in also, because they're citizens of the town as also.
Well, a thing with the police, just like anything else, there's no the money in it,
that's right.
They got a high turnover because of money.
That's right.
If they can, and I don't have a problem with a person wanting to better themselves, and I don't think anybody does, but
you can't.
No, you can't. And I mean,
well, I know you lost one here. Well, you guys really didn't lose him. He was a part of the Hamilton. They went to Cameron, and a sad deal. What was it like having him as a police officer in Hamilton?
You're talking about this last spring?
Yeah.
It's kind of a funny story. He was a great guy. I mean, I thought a lot of him. He graduated with one of my nephews, and I thought the world of him. Growing up as a kid, he was a prankster, and he was pretty fun. And it's just you don't know what people are going through, and you don't know what you can't answer for them because you haven't walked a mile in their shoes. And unfortunately, that was a sad turnout of him. But as far as working for the Hamilton at the time, I thought it was. I don't know if you guys are very familiar with Hamilton, but out there by the Ready Mix plant, there was always a discrepancy about that stop sign. And was a former chief Weinman at the time.
Right,
they would always pull me over at that, and I would tell them, hey guys, I'm not trying to break the law here, but show me how I'm supposed to, where am I supposed to stop? So I thought that was kind of funny. For a chuckle, whenever I got voted in there, we put a stop sign in there.
I see that.
So you can kind of,
I was rolling through town one day, and he pulled me over, and I was like,
The last comment.
I'll get to a second. I was going through that. He pulled me over, and I said, "The breaking law?" He goes, "No, you're not breaking law. I got to ask you something. What is that sticker in your back window?" In my pickup truck, it says Redneck Pimp Club, right? It has a skull. He's just never seen that before. Then he walked up, seen the Marine sticker, and seen I was a veteran. And he talked for 2-3 minutes about comedy.
Yeah.
You know, and it kind of made my day because I never really had a rapport with the police.
Yeah.
You know, and that was one of the things that he saw me and didn't want to talk about it. I tell everybody how that cop pulled me over, and he was, "What is that sign?" You know, I thought I did something wrong because I'm a foot a little heavy. You know, a little heavy. But he just wanted to talk about the sticker in my back window. You know, that made a day both ways. You know, both guys were, you know.
Yeah, he was pretty interesting individual.
I had no idea. And we were in this line of work. With him and I've been doing this for 3 years. Carl came in here last year with us. And it's our job to see someone when they're having issues like that. And I would have had no idea talking to that guy.
I talked to him. I mow some rental property for my brother over there on North Lincoln, and it's just right on the corner of where he was, where he mows and where he lived. And it was kind of ironic. The week before that, he came up there to me, and he says, "I got a bone to pick with you." And the first thing I thought was, sure, he's going to start griping about some of these potholes and stuff. You know, here we go again. This kind of thing. Well, he says, "I want to know where in the hell you buy all your Timberwolf Wintergreen Fine Cut at," because he says there's only 2 people in this town that chew that shit, and it's me and you. And I chuckled at him, and I said, "Well, I happen to buy the last roll at Casey's over here. I'll sell you it, but I'll mark it up for you."
Oh, you mean a politician want to make some money? Yeah.
And so,
don't get me started, Richie.
Shortly after that, it was this deal, but you don't have any idea or any recollection whenever you see that stuff. And since then, I mean, knock on wood, I'm tobacco free, so that's one of the good things of I got knocked out last year during all this stuff. So
we send flyers. We make up flyers for upcoming shows. You've seen our flyers.
Oh yeah.
I always drop one off into the police station there. That never got them. We help veterans plus first responders. And we'd love to get them to come to the comedy show because I know they're under a lot of stress.
They are.
Military men are under stress, and so is our law enforcement. Yeah. And we would love to come in there, and sometimes we'll comp them. There's been times that us invite a sheriff or a chief, or just come in on us. Get in free. Come on, have a good time.
I wondered. It's kind of funny. I got city of Hamilton to be a Purple Heart city.
Yes, I've seen that.
Whenever I was in there, that was kind of one of my first goals.
Right on the list.
And it would be nice, maybe if they could utilize that American Legion more for things like this.
Exactly.
If it's just a building just sitting there. I don't know. You have to, I'm sure, go through the ropes. And
third Wednesday. Third Wednesday.
Yeah, but it'd be a good location, I think. And
I think Blackburn. So. I'm gonna have to get on. You know him?
Who?
Blackburn.
Danny Blackburn.
Yep.
We'll have to get in. Had to get on and get in there. We'd love to get in. I tried to get in before put on the show in there.
Yeah.
Because we do all the local ones around the area.
Well,
for some reason, not Hamilton. I don't know why.
I know scouts. Whenever I helped the scouts, they were able to use that building, up there too. So that was, that's what it's there for. So.
Are you on to the election breaking question?
Almost.
That question.
We'll get.
I'm gonna build some suspense up to it. That one question will make or break his election.
Yeah, we'll get to that question.
Okay.
Tell everybody why you would be, or what makes you different from the other candidates.
Well, I don't think you got politics. All right, you got politics, and man, it's just about doing what's right.
Okay, let me rephrase. I don't mean ethics wise. I mean. Are you more a guy who's focused maybe on roads, for example? Maybe another candidate focused more on housing?
I do think, growth is always a big for any town.
Yeah.
Right.
Most of these small towns anymore, they have their crumbling water lines. They got their bad potholes. They got, the buildings falling in.
Dilapidated buildings. Houses.
You got all that stuff. And I think that, last year we signed in for 53 new homes to come in Hamilton there. So if you're familiar where the Mexican restaurant is, that's going to be just north of that. And it'll back up to the old city baseball park there. There'll be a trail go around it. So it'll have it's pretty nice.
Wow, okay.
There's a gentleman from Gallatin that Jared Hancock, I believe is his name.
Now we know.
I know.
that's doing all that. So I'm kind of excited about that. I think that's, growth is, if you're growing, you're moving in the right direction. And if you're not, and if it's just stagnant and sitting, I don't think, that's kind of where Hamilton was before all this stuff happened. So,
well, I wanted to thank you. I came into one of your city meetings last year,
right,
and request permission for us to put a show on. It didn't work out as far as insurance wise, but we want to thank you for that, because you were you went to bat for the veterans. You had no problem.
Right.
You didn't blink an eye.
Right.
We asked to do it. Everybody there was so nice. So we thank you for that. We're going to have the veterans in there do that.
Yeah.
And we still want to do something there in Hamilton for the veterans. But
I think this is something that you guys might look into. The old elementary school there now has a gym and a stage and stuff in it. And
who's in charge of that?
Missouri Star Quilt.
Dakota Redford is the owner of that.
Dakota?
Yeah.
I thought Doc Adams still in that.
No,
he sold it.
He sold it.
Dakota.
But I'm sure that would be a good spot for a venue. I mean, if you guys had to do anything, you could load at the north of the building. And years ago, I remember that's how they used to bring food. Whenever I was a kid, they would bring it from the high school all the way there to the north of the building and load it. So
yeah. I see they got a big giant spool of thread. Where'd that come in?
I don't know where that came
I drove down the road
from.
one day. Went,
Well, speaking of the housing thing, if you want them termite pre-treated, I might know a guy.
Okay.
So
shameless plug.
Yeah, shameless.
Okay.
And by the way, happy birthday to Brian Medford.
Oh, yeah.
Today is his birthday.
Yeah. Him and I go way back. Okay. Here's the question right now to make and break you.
Okay.
This one will make or break your election, so
There we
you
go.
better answer it the right way.
Okay.
Spam or bologna?
I'm going to have to say baloney on this, guys.
Oh, all right. So far we're 50-50 on that.
Yeah, we are about 50-50.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up on fried bologna sandwiches and
Oh.
stuff like that. And
I got both of them. So, yeah.
Yeah.
We get everybody on that question.
Yeah.
We had one guy lean forward like he thought he was going to get serious. Like, you see his face like,
really?
Well, when you deal with a lot of people, you're dealing with a lot of baloney too. So,
See, you were
so maybe you want to switch to spam.
no kidding.
Well, they got a couple of new businesses coming there.
yeah,
Hamilton,
they do have
too.
a couple new businesses.
The
They got Agos is going to be coming in there.
What is that?
It's a breakfast breakfast nook, I guess it would be.
Where Burger Dive was at.
Burger Dive, Kathy's Kitchen, lost her wheels and moved down there to where Hank and Tanks
Yep.
is.
Cool.
Let's see.
Yeah, I were good buddies at Hank and Tank. I worked with him at prison, so I
Yeah.
know him real good. I'm sad to see him go.
Yeah.
Year and a half ago, I was that close to being a citizen of Hamilton, Missouri.
Yeah,
That close.
Yeah.
And if
after
my landlord at the time would have actually fixed the house and done everything he was supposed to with the septic, I would be living in Hamilton. But we've got 5 acres where we're at now, and we're happy there. So
this kind of goes back to the baloney question, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If you'd had baloney, you'd been over in.
maybe.
Put some saute onions.
So
on
you
this
live
spam.
here? You live here in Cameron?
No, I actually live north of Maysville and
North of Maysville.
up by Fairport. So
That's not very important. Yeah, and I got a Hamilton address. I live in Davies County. I got Breckenridge water, Chillicothe lights, and a Cameron phone number.
Yeah, well, hell, he's a jack of all trades on
Yeah.
that.
And then wonder why I got a race in mind.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Every month we
you
get
don't
paid,
know whether he's coming or going.
Well,
every month wife make her pay bills. We're like,
yeah,
crap.
yeah. That's
The boss had a question. What did you say, ma'am?
I said, where do you register to vote?
Oh, Davies
that's
County.
a serious question.
Yeah, Davies County. Yeah.
One of the things I mentioned, suggested this year, whenever they have that 53 houses coming in, the city has some lagoons out there kind of around that vicinity. I've suggested maybe them putting in a solar farm out there. I know Chillicothe has those, and some of those residents who get tax breaks on their utilities. I know everybody's griping about the water and water rates going up now here because of the Little Otter, lake going in. But, I'm with you guys. I think if, what stands Hamilton out different than Cameron or from, Gallatin,
Well, one thing Gallatin's got and that y'all don't have, and I wish y'all would need, and you had one time, I don't know what happened to it, but they got the Gallatin Theater League. They got a beautiful theater in there. We're going to be performing in there in April or May, excuse me, May. And I've been in there several times. We had one up there. I say we because I was from Hamilton. We had one right next to JCPenney's Boyhood Home right there.
Yes.
The fireplace right
And,
there. A mold or something got the part of it, but I don't know what happened.
Yeah, MSQC's bought that. I'm not for sure. They were remodeling that. I'm not for sure what their intention.
Well, and they've got
venue is.
the quilt people have that big theater there in Hamilton too.
Yeah.
Because I've sprayed that
What
for
theater?
bugs. Oh God, where is that?
Is that the one out there by the hotels as you go out of town?
It's kind of over by where their original office was. I'm trying to think of where exactly. 'Cause I don't know the roads.
Sewing Center. It's it's the one that sits right on the corner there, just north of where Jay's Burger Dive and all that.
Okay.
Used to be a Lions, Lions Hall back there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they've got a whole
Yeah,
setup
yeah.
with the lights and the spotlight and everything up in there. I was
Nice.
like, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
They've got to get in there. Get in there.
Yeah,
So-
they got quite a bit of construction going on through town right now.
Well, Richie,
Right.
you lied to me.
Yeah.
He ain't a politician. He isn't one of them blood-sucking bastards. He's a public servant.
And there's a big difference between a politician and a public servant.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of them that want to come out glad hand, I don't know who they are until election time.
Oh yeah.
I've known you, and it wasn't even election time, and I
Yeah.
knew who you were.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, you come up to one of our acquaintances, Jeff Onyx, who was out in front of high class one time.
Jeff Onyx,
The goofy
girl.
one. He's like,
Yeah.
the
Oh,
goofy
yeah.
one. Yeah, Jeff. Yeah, he's a friend of ours, but he's a little
Yeah.
bent up there. A good dude, but he's a little bent.
Yeah.
And that's how we got to meet you. I've been trying to meet you for a long time anyway, and then finally we got a hold of one another. So if you just tune in, we're here with the mayor of Hamilton, Missouri, Kyle Bruce. He's a
Chris.
Chris
God,
Bruce. What
dang
in
it.
the
Chris
hell?
Bruce. It says right here, Chris Bruce too. I don't know why.
Chris
I
with a
can't read.
K.
I don't know why. I
That's
can't.
probably why you seen the K and
Yeah, yeah.
skipped
Yeah.
everything
Of
else.
course, my race and mine took off. Anyway, Chris Bruce. We're here.
There you go.
He's in the studio talking about politics and
So
veterans
don't
and
write in
shenanigans.
Kyle Bruce.
Yeah, don't put Kyle down. Yeah, Kyle has. He don't even know a Kyle Bruce. For God's sake, don't tell me your brother's Kyle Bruce.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, good. He'll be calling. Yeah.
Well, one of our listeners said one of the questions that he asks any potential or prospective mayor is how do you plan on bringing in good paying jobs and businesses? Well, for one, that's kind of as far as businesses is concerned. By what I've seen just from my experience in Hamilton,
Yeah, that's kind
they're
of
coming in by
Hamilton
on their
kind
own.
of that's kind of a loaded. I mean, yes, good
Yeah.
good businesses and stuff. Okay, all right, great. Define good.
Yeah.
Good for this character over here may be $10 an hour, but you're always going to have one over here saying, "Well, I won't work for anything less than 15." Which is, kind of the scenario that that we have going on with this opening of the swimming pool. Here's a prime example of that. Okay.
Politician, the population also.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, we're obligated to pay an X amount of money for our lifeguards down here at the swimming pool. What does that mean? That means we're going to have to raise our costs of it, or anything.
Right.
That just example.
it's the trickle down effect. Everybody's screaming for this $15 an hour
Yeah.
minimum wage.
I wish
Which
they would.
yes, that would be great. However,
Yeah,
but
enjoy
it's
your $63 cheeseburger.
Right.
Yeah.
I wish they wouldn't do that because what a lot of people don't know about money is we're all in this big square. And some Harvard guy told me this. I couldn't figure this out myself. But we're on a big square. So when the cost of living goes up, the square moves up too.
Mhm.
Right. When that does, these guys selling milk, they want more of the pie also. So
Mhm.
milk goes up. So all we're doing is chasing a number. We're never gaining on a number by doing that. If everyone had a job and more people had access to work, they could buy that. Milk would stay at one price and people would catch up that way.
Yes.
So giving people this
Well, it's not. I don't even think
mandatory
it's a
wage.
matter of access to work anymore. I think it's people that are willing
hang
to
on
work.
the next 4 years.
That's
hang
it.
on.
That's
You know.
just it. Willing to work.
They're
That's true. And this whole COVID thing, that part I understand, but paying people to stay home, I wish they wouldn't have did that. Give it to them a little bit. Because I know a lot of people, we got friends at restaurants here in Cameron, matter of fact, have some good people working for them. They won't come back to work because they make more sitting at home
Yeah.
with COVID relief money than they do come back to work.
Well, that's just the thing of it. Everybody's scared. Everybody's. I mean,
That's the big thing with COVID.
I
is the
mean,
fear.
yeah, that's the fear of it.
Yeah.
You get over the fear factor of it. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, they want you to take this shot, not take this shot.
Right.
Is it good? I mean,
Wear a mask. Now wear two
wear
masks.
a mask, not wear two masks. I mean, yeah, it's just
I'm kind of put you on the spot here.
It does.
Are you taking the COVID shot?
No, I have not.
Are you gonna?
Last year, I'll start off with this part. Last year, I had pancreatitis, and I spent a big majority of my time in the hospital. I don't drink anymore because of pancreatitis. I don't drink.
I thought maybe it was her. I thought maybe she cleaned you up.
While I was in the hospital
She'll take
in ICU, I didn't chew. So I figured, well, hell, I've went for 30 years now. I haven't went for a week without chew. I got the hardest part done. Back to with the pancreatitis, it's a jeopardized immune system.
Mm-hmm.
They would want me to take this. The doctors would want me to take this, but I'm not for sure if I haven't seen enough evidence of a lot of this stuff to take it.
Right.
You know, you got Moderna, you got Pfizer, you got Johnson & Johnson, you got all these different companies. We're keeping it 90 degrees below zero. Who the hell's to tell that if that, you know, the one you took has been below that freezing point? You've got all these different variances and so on and so forth of these. So you get the immunization shot. How do you know it's the right one?
Right. Well,
you're going to constantly be in. Where's it stop?
Right. Well, and and this is the qualm I have about it. I'm not against vaccines by any means. They have a purpose. They have a place. I don't do the flu shot because every time I've gotten the flu shot, I get the flu and I get sick.
I can relate to that.
You know,
too.
The doctors say that don't happen, but everybody I've talked to, either everybody's lying or the doctor's misinformed.
I worked in the medical field for 8 years, and they always told me, they said, get your flu shot. If you want a paid day off from being sick, you take your flu shot. You get that flu shot, sure enough, you get sick.
Yeah.
And it's just, you know, where do you start? Where do you stop on something like that?
But the problem I have with it is the length of time that it took. You know, I had a friend of mine that said, "Oh, well, polio was a fast vaccine." No, it wasn't. It was 23 years. Vicodin, okay, and this isn't a vaccine, but a painkiller. They took, it was like 8 tries over the course of several years. You know, not 10 months.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's the only issue I have. And I've got a child who has a compromised immune system, and so I'm constantly taking care of, you know, hand sanitizer. I should own stock in hand sanitizer. Every time I go into a house, I come out hand sanitizer. You know, 9 times out of 10, I've got the mask on. You know, or whatever, and it's because I'm trying to protect him.
Yeah,
I care less about myself. I don't get sick.
And my parents are both in their 80s. I mean, I urge them to get it.
Yeah. I mean, you know,
I think that would be sufficient, suffice for them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of up in the air on it. I think, I mean, I think it's questionable. I think nobody should be mandated what to do.
Yeah.
Do you think it's coming? Your honest opinion, do you think they're going to try to make it happen?
But where do you start on something like that? I mean, you got 7 different variances within the last month and a half. I mean, they're never going to play catch up on it.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's just like the flu. There's so many different strains of the flu that you're never going to have a cure-all vaccine.
And again, it goes back to the temperature of it. You know, below 90 degrees Fahrenheit is where they keep this. How do you know that yours isn't sitting over in Utah right now in a truck that's, you don't know,
that broke down and now they don't have the dry ice,
Well, I got my own vaccine. I guarantee it'll work.
A little nitro.
This is the world's hottest gummy bear.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I guarantee you won't have anything.
Yeah.
If you do got it, it'll get rid of it.
Yeah.
You'll have to go back and on our archives and see that.
I'll see the video.
That
is
episode.
this like that potato chip challenge that you see people?
Yeah, but this is worse.
It's worse. That's 900 times hotter than a jalapeno.
This is 9 million Scoville units.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got the video on my phone. I'll send it to you later.
The funny thing is this gummy bear, whenever me and Carl opened it, it didn't smell like anything. It smelled kind of like a Swedish fish.
With a little kid.
And it was real hard.
Oh, yeah.
He took it apart. He took it out and kneaded it a little bit, softened it up. then you could smell it.
Smell like a lit match.
And
Did you take a leak after that?
No, I didn't drink anything for an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah, he went an hour and 40. They say 5 minutes. He went an hour and 40 minutes.
If you're working those hot peppers and stuff, and you have to go step off, take a leak or something, that's always a treat there.
I've actually got because I do a cooking deal where I post my videos to our YouTube, which I'm going to start doing those again now that it's starting to get nicer out. I can do it. Whenever you're doing that, take vegetable oil and just real light rub it on your hands, and then cut your jalapenos. You won't have any issue.
Yeah. I just eat them. Yep. I gotta do like M&Ms.
Well,
I got trouble one day. I was in the Marine Corps. I'm not gonna tell you the whole thing, but I was in the Marine Corps, and my wife, she was 8 months pregnant with our son, so she wanted to come back home and see her family first, right? So me and a couple of my buddies went to this restaurant, and I'm always going everywhere. You got anything hot? You got anything hot? Nothing's ever hot enough. I got this little guy. I think he was Greek. Okay, he came to me and goes, tough Marine, huh? I got some hot stuff. So you ain't got nothing I can't eat. He said, I got something called lava. I'm thinking, that's such a cute little name. I'm making fun of him, right? Yeah. I got my ass whipped. That's the moral of the story about his name. He told me, he said, I got this pepper that you've never heard of before. It's called Buda Jaquia. You're right. Where's it from? He goes, what's from Brazil? I ain't scared of nothing from Brazil. I'm America. Of course, a Marine, and bench pressing 300 pounds, right? Yeah. I sat in the restaurant, and he brought it out in a glass octagon bottle.
Oh, boy.
Wearing gloves and a wooden spoon. Okay. 2 beads of sweat formed on my forehead. Okay. He took a little bit, put it in my food, and I was like, I'm a grown man. I should have shut up. Okay. Because if you eat hot food, if you got a little bit here, you can mix it in yourself, right?
Oh, yeah.
He put another scoop in there, and then he mixed it up for me. Now I see why he had a wooden spoon, because he had to varnish off the paint, or the varnish off the spoon, and he had gloves on, right? And when he left, he looked back at me and said, 5 hours later, it's going to hit you again. I'm like, what? Whatever. And I ate all this cheese and everything. I got that right to my lip, lost 3 pounds before it even touched me. I sweated so hard. This stuff was hot, right? I ate this stuff, and I got constipated. So when I went to the bathroom later on, it wouldn't come out. So it sat there and burned the ring. It's just on fire, right? I go back in there 2 weeks later after I get done with the proctologist, right? Ask him, so what's in that stuff? He goes, oh, my hero. I say, I got your hero, pal. What the hell's in that stuff? He said, oh, it's some herbs and spices. Yeah, herbs and spices, my ass. What is in that? And then he said, well, what's Buda Jaquia? I said, you want to tell me what that is? He said, it's called the ghost pepper. And at that time, it was the world's hottest pepper. I said, why do you call it a ghost pepper? He said, because smart-ass Marines like you eat it, you don't come back for more. So I wanted to rematch all these years later, the ghost pepper, right? And so I've eaten the ghost pepper. I've eaten the Carolina Reaper. I love eating hot food. I love it. It's just awesome. So I seen that, and we bought that. Me and my brother, Redneck A-Hole, was going to do that. And then he got busy. So I told Justin, let me do it on camera. We broke a world record last year, longest stream. And so we did it on camera. Yeah. I'm Native American anyway, right? Okay. I got a red tint. I got a red hue to me.
You won't do that again, huh?
Oh, yeah, I want to do it again.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to do it again. I got a red hit to me anyway. My jaws went numb. My face went numb.
Wow.
I have never seen him in the 4 years that I've known him, and the 3 years we've been doing this together, I have never seen him in that much pain. Oh, wow. And that's the only thing I can describe it as pure, unadulterated pain.
My shirt was just drenched.
For 5 hours, it was miserable? Or
no, that was the first time. It wasn't 5 hours either. This wore off about, I had to go 5 minutes. I went to 5 minutes, and it was done at the 6 minute mark for me. A lot of people have to go to the hospital with that thing and everything else. I didn't drink enough for an hour and 40 minutes, and only because I had a rumble in my stomach, I took a little bit of milk.
Wow.
And the next day, it didn't bother me at all.
His
the wife was in the bathroom.
Were sweating.
Yeah.
That's how it wasn't crying. They were sweating.
You'll see the video.
He had sweat on his eyeballs.
They were bugging out. I mean, if I had a bad tooth. If you wanted to pull the tooth, that would have been a great time to pull it. Because I didn't feel nothing.
And if nobody's seen it, they can go on WO Entertainment's Facebook page. The video is on there. It was live on the show.
I think they were asking me questions. I wasn't being rude to them. I just couldn't talk. Okay.
Oh, he was so
finally I got it where they asked me a question. I think it was Justin's question. He said, how hot is it? I said, it felt like somebody stuck a lick torch up my ass and come out my mouth.
Wow.
and I'm gonna do it again.
And he talks fast naturally. No, not tonight. He talks fast naturally.
Yeah.
and he was talking faster. I didn't think it was possible.
And you couldn't understand
But-
the word he said.
You
because
can't
of
understand
the-
a word he's saying anyway. But,
Yeah. Oh, that's
I mean, for God's sakes, he chews on a shit sandwich every time he opens his mouth.
It was golden though.
And so if I ever had COVID, I got rid of it. If I'm ever going to get it, it won't come. Okay,
Yeah.
I guarantee you.
You wasn't smelling or tasting
It
for a long period of time.
Yeah.
was
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, I lost it. Yeah. So
So,
we make jokes about it, but
yeah.
there's Mexicans out in Mexico that never had it. And they said it's because they eat hot food all the time. It's the capsaicin. It makes congestion hates capsaicin. That's a
Yeah.
chemical in hot food. It makes your nose
Irritates
run, and it'll flush you right out. And
Yeah, capsaicin is.
capsaicin, that's how you say. Yeah, and I've been doing it since I was a kid, and I don't get sick.
I
I don't bet
I
you
can
either.
cure COVID right now. Everybody needs to go join the military and go to the gas chamber.
Yep.
Yep.
Boom,
Yes.
gone.
Yep. You wear it. Yep.
You go into the
That'll
gas
do
chamber.
it.
Yep.
And you go into the gas chamber, and this is my favorite thing because I used to get a sinus infection 2 times a year,
Yep.
and I always knew that within a week we were going to the gas chamber, and sure as shit every time I've got a sinus infection, gas chamber next week, bet.
Yep.
Go in, stuffed up as all hell, can't breathe, can't
Come out.
smell, can't
Oh,
nothing
yeah.
come out.
And it's a best breath of fresh air you ever
Oh,
take in your
God.
life.
Oh yeah.
It really is because you smell everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Huh.
Like, what was that? That smelled good.
Oh, Chow Hall's got something good today. Let's go. You
And
know.
it's 30 miles away.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah. So, and plus all the shots they give you in the military. I don't know if you've been in there, but you got to line up in this line, right? And they got 3 or 4 people on each end, some with guns, some with needles. And then you get to the end of the table, he said, drop your pants. Well, I say Brokeback Mountain. I'm not, no, you got, this ain't the Navy, it's the Marines. But again, you show them one chicken, and then they take a needle about, look, Carl, about that long.
Yep.
Yeah. And they put that in your butt and shoot you full of penicillin.
Yep.
Then you got to go out, set out, and you got all these big old
Peanut butter
you
shot.
got these big old tough Marines and other guys, and you're out there in the warehouse sitting there rocking, and because you got peanut butter in your butt. So it's a wonder veterans even get sick anyway. All the stuff they
Yeah.
pumped in our bodies, we don't even know what they put in us.
But then again, that
Like,
might
you
be
went
why
down
we
the
get
line
sick.
and they would
Yeah.
choom, choom, choom,
Yeah,
choom,
went down the line.
choom.
Get
Yeah.
what's that? Don't worry about it. Okay,
Yeah.
be sensitive. All right.
Yeah. Scary deal.
Yeah.
So, we're about to go into our. Did you have a top 10 for tonight?
yeah. Let me get everything
Okay.
set up here. While
You've got an animal, obviously,
Is that
but
what
you have a
call
top
that?
10.
Yeah.
Okay. So we normally do. We've got 3 segments that we do. One is the top 10 list.
and you might not always agree with it.
And 9 times out of 10 we don't agree, and the comments explode.
Oh, yeah.
We do the don't DIY moment, which you'll want to move your chairs around so you can see the big screen here.
Okay.
And then we do Pimp's Pets.
Okay.
And now the thing with the Pimp's Pets and the don't DIY, I always pick the don't DIY.
Okay.
And he never sees it. So it's a genuine reaction.
Okay.
And he always picks the pet, and it's always a genuine reaction from my side. So it's always something, and it's normally something crazy and outlandish and literally makes people's heads explode. What? The banned the use of guns. They were. Oh, they banned.
You're
I guess they
worldwide.
banned
We
the.
have a listener from
Yeah.
Australia. on
Yeah,
here
we've got.
now.
Oh wow.
I mean, oh hell!
We go
During
worldwide.
our world record stream, we had people from Australia, Africa,
Africa,
South Africa, Ireland.
Ireland.
So
Ukraine.
How
yeah,
many, how many
Ukraine.
listeners are on here?
Right
Current
now,
moment
there
looks
are
like 12.
12 people watching.
Well, on this platform, there is.
They're watching on WO Entertainment's Facebook page. It's 1700 somewhere's Twitch, WO Entertainment Twitch, 1700 Facebook, and WO Entertainment YouTube.
Cool. Cool.
So let's go ahead and jump into the don't DIY,
Okay.
because this one's gonna hurt somebody's head.
And see, I got a construction background, so he
We
he
both
always
do.
picks some just weird things.
Right there.
Oh yeah.
This
that's,
one?
That's
No,
what
up.
background I got is construction.
Up. Right
Oh,
there.
okay.
Yep.
That one.
Yep. That atrocity.
Oh wow. No.
Richie.
No, I've seen some stuff like that.
Now remember, he's got rental houses.
No, I
Pros-
don't. I don't. But I was a maintenance man for a place there.
So
I've
Now, do
seen
you
some
have
stuff.
a code officer in Hamilton?
hey, Weasel
No,
just kicked in.
No, there is no code officer in Hamilton. So,
What?
Yeah. So there you go, Rich. You could get up there and
I don't
look at that.
He'd break somebody's neck.
show some of that work. And
Now, is the G down there for garage or is that ground?
I'm thinking that's ground because it's from an elevator. So I'm thinking it's ground first, second, and third.
Okay.
But I've always thought that the first floor was the ground floor.
Oh no, yeah, usually the basement.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know.
But
So
Wow.
I seen this and I was just like, well, what the hell?
that's an elevator I'm not getting in.
That no. But I mean, well, look around it.
have you guys ever been to McCorkle's over here?
Yes.
Across the street? Have you seen that elevator in the back?
No, I've never seen
You
that.
have to go
Yeah.
back there and check that out sometime.
Oh.
It's one of those old rope ones that you pull up.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a dumbwaiter.
Yeah, kind of like
Yeah.
an
Oh, wow.
elevator, but it is
It's-
an elevator.
It's
Oh,
real
wow.
big. And before they had it all blocked off, they have a restroom kind of back there next to it, and pool tables. And it takes you forever to go back to the bathroom.
Yeah.
5 years ago, maybe, I was in there and seen some kids trying to lower themselves up and down on that. And take a good look at that rope when you're in there next time.
I'm gonna have to go in there and check that out because it's been a while since I've been in there. So
You
oh
never do find out where these things come from, do you? What
not
country?
always. Some of them may or may not come from me.
Yeah.
Can't get this thing to work.
What?
Carl, type in. Can you put on the screen for us? Top 10 most dangerous volcanoes.
You want me to look it up on
Yeah, put it on
the
us. Yeah,
internet
I can't
or-
get this to work.
Oh,
I'll go to top 10s. Top 10 site.
okay. Let
Yeah.
me see.
Make sure you put dangerous volcanoes because there's a difference.
Dangerous top 10.
No, just thetop10s.com. I think it's
The
Yeah.
top.
tens.com.
Yeah. For some reason, the damn thing didn't want to work.
Okay.
Then the top 10 dangerous volcanoes.
And then in the
Watch this list.
search, okay, go to that one.
That one.
Yeah, and then in the search, most dangerous volcanoes.
Yeah. Watch this list. This is crazy.
And then pop that picture down too.
Most dangerous.
Volcanoes.
I was looking to see if it was in. Still didn't pull up, did it?
I see something must be wrong with the site.
There it is. All right. So
You want the top 10, right?
Yeah. What's
Yep.
top 10? All right, right there.
Okay.
All right. Number 10.
You don't want it showed on the show. You just want
No,
it
just-
read,
yeah.
Just for
right?
us. Yeah.
but you do need to pull our picture down
Number
because
10,
it's still up.
number 10 is
Krakatoa.
Let
Krakatoa.
me
Krakatoa.
do this.
Where is Krakatoa?
Over near Krakow. And Indonesia, I think.
Hold on. I'm going to find out real quick.
Australia.
Oh, yeah.
Australia.
It's in Australia, Perth, Australia.
Huh. Wow.
It's killed so far 36,417 people
Damn.
over since it's been around.
Yeah.
Since whenever.
Wow.
Number 9, Mount Tambora.
Tambora.
Mount Tambora. There's not a whole lot about this volcano.
Hold on. I'm going to get some info here.
Yeah, get some info on that. And it's a vote site. Mary, you can go in here and you vote. If you've got a problem with the list, you can vote it
Yeah,
up or
you
down
don't-
either way.
You can vote it up higher or
Okay.
lower or whatever.
We had to do a lot of voting on some music the other day.
It's actually classified as a stratovolcano
Okay.
in Indonesia.
Indonesia.
So it's really up there. isn't it?
It's an active volcano in the northern part of Sumbawa,
Yeah. Sumbawa.
one of the lesser Sunda Islands of Indonesia. The elevation is 9,350 feet.
Yeah.
And the last eruption was in 1967.
See, it's one of you'll see it's one of the most current ones on this list too, by the way. All right. Number 8, Mauna Loa. By that name, you should be able to tell where it is. Mauna Loa.
Hawaii.
That's
Yeah,
Hawaii.
that's
Hawaii
Hawaii.
has some of the most volcanoes in the United States.
Because they're all volcanoes.
the whole island.
Volcano Island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Alaska has a couple, but
And Kilauea is the more
that's the
popular one.
Number 7, Lake Toba. Lake Toba.
Yellowstone.
We'll get to there. We're getting there. It's
No, that's
That is in
that's another.
Yellowstone.
No, that's
No.
not. That is another one in Indonesia.
They
Um,
said it's similar
It
to the
is a
scale.
lake.
yeah, similar to scale.
It has the eruption similar to Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Right. We'll get to
So
Yellowstone.
That's
We'll get to
crazy.
Yellowstone in just a second.
Hmm.
Number 6, Taal volcano. Taal volcano. Excuse me. Taal. I need to flip over glasses.
TAAL.
Yeah.
That's in the Philippines.
Yep. It's the Philippines.
It's actually a lake volcano.
That's weird too.
Hmm.
You can boat on it 1 minute and blow up next minute. Number 5. This is a familiar name. Mount St. Helens.
Yeah.
Yep.
That mean bitch.
Yeah. And all you know is the 80s when she went off.
Yeah.
She killed 57 people in 1980. I won an award that year as a little boy. I drew a picture of a chicken that had blood on it from Mount St. Helens eruption, and so I won an award that year as a little bitty pimp.
Kilauea.
Number 4, Kilauea, which you were talking about a while ago.
Yep.
That's a very deadly hurricane, right? Or
Hurricane.
volcano. Volcano.
And it has a 33-year pattern of continuous lava
Yes.
out of it.
Wow.
Yeah, it started its activity in '83, which is the year that I was born. And I mean, it continues. There's continuous lava flows.
We were doing a show 2 years ago in Hawaii. We was upstairs. Our office was
Yeah.
upstairs, and we just watch over Hawaii. Just keep going. People riding their bicycles near the lava. It's just going on.
What's different about it too is, like it says right here, it adds land to Hawaii, 500,000 cubic meters every day,
Wow.
because the lava hits the ocean and cools down and creates more land mass.
Mickey, Mount St. Helens better be on the list. Yeah, we just got it for you, brother. Number three. I have a problem saying that. It's Sakurajima. It's a Japanese volcano.
Sakurajima. Sakurajima.
There you go.
It's actually an island volcano in Japan.
Japan, mhm.
It is an active super stratovolcano, formerly as an island and now a peninsula in the Kagoshima prefecture of Kyushu, Japan. The lava flows of the 1914 eruption connected it with. Oh wow! So up until 1914, it was a island. The lava flows connected it to the rest of the country. The last eruption was from 1955 until present. So it's still erupting.
Yep.
That's insane.
Non-stops. It goes all the time. You can go meet by good real estate over there. Number 2, try not to move it, Carl, so I don't get away with the top one yet. Number 2 is very significant because it's right next to Mount St. Helens, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mount
Yep.
Rainier.
Yep.
Good looking volcano as far as prettiness goes. It's got a snow cap on it and everything. Good looking. It's if
It's
it
got a
erupts
hell of an
again,
elevation too.
it would most likely be more catastrophic due to large amounts of glacier on
Yeah.
the volcano.
Yeah.
And more people live near the volcano than ever, so more alarming that way.
Its elevation is 14,411 feet.
Those live out there near know what you're talking about. And the big boy, there it is, number 1. Mary hit it a while ago. Yellowstone super volcano.
Yep.
This thing's only erupted 3 times, and they say it ever goes again. Some sites say it'll wipe out the planet. Some say it'll definitely wipe out this region.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff that I've read on it and seen like videos and whatnot, they equate the effects to a global nuclear winter.
It says if it ever erupts, it'll coat Texas in 5 foot of ash.
Isn't this the one that's also tied to the New Madrid Fault, Missouri?
I think so. Yeah.
This is one up by Montana, up around that way.
Yeah.
Yellowstone. It's erupted 3 times. It's between 600,000 and 700,000 years apart. As far as volcano goes, it's an 8 and a V8. It ain't like a motor. It's VE8. That's the scale.
VEI.
That's how you measure volcanoes. And it's top of the food chain.
Wow.
It's most dangerous, not the most deadly, because that's a different site. They got how much damage they've caused. But if this thing ever goes off, guys, like I said, Texas could be 5 foot deep in ash all the way down to Texas.
Crazy.
Missouri. I mean, they say I read somewhere that the Missouri River was because when this volcano went off, that's when the Missouri River came about.
Dean remembers whenever
Yeah.
Mount Wanahakalugi.
Dean,
erupted.
Dean's crazy. Yeah. So that's a top 10, and that's just one of our segments we do.
That's cool.
We all kind of agreed on this one,
You can take that down.
but if you've been here for the
I
music
didn't know
one,
if
we
you
wouldn't
need
we didn't agree
yours
on the
out
music
there or
one.
not.
No.
Justin and I believe 80s and 90s is best music.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
If you got anything else on there, it's crap.
You can take that down. The picture.
Oh, I didn't want to take it down. I thought we was leaving
Looks
it
like
up.
you guys have a fuse box between.
It's making my brain hurt.
I was waiting for you to push the button.
Or while I'm getting this set up, and we like do trivia questions, we give away entries to the mystery box.
Yep.
Oh, that's
It's
cool.
a mystery box that him and I and Carl and people donate to, and nobody knows what's in it until they get it. And it's always some good stuff in there.
Mickey says, statistically speaking, the caldera in Yellowstone is overdue to erupt.
Yeah, but then they also say they don't know. So
Yeah. Well, that's Robin Williams has a beautiful illustration of this, and I think it was his Live on Broadway special that he did. And he says it could go tomorrow, it could go in 10,000 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true.
So here we go. A trivia question, guys. Everybody get out to get ready.
Get your Google fingers ready.
10 entries into the mystery box. When was the pencil and the eraser merged together officially? When was the pencil and the eraser, as you know
You
today?
guys are eligible. If
You guys are eligible. You can give you
Okay.
entries. Hell yeah. You save me money. I just hand the box to you.
Yeah.
Because if somebody wins it out of state, I got to reach in my pocket and pay
He's
for
got
it.
to go get his part-time job to send it.
So you want a funny answer first and then a real answer?
Go
or
ahead.
How do you want to do this?
Go ahead.
I don't know. Maybe back when.
Carl was in school.
No, back whenever they used them in voter booths, I guess. What was that?
You mean they didn't
Back in the 60s?
You mean they didn't use the Sharpie?
No. Then they started putting erasers on. No, I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't vote for that.
70s.
So we're coming
Ding,
up
ding, 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 ding. We have a winner. Carrie Wilcox, 1858.
on March 30th of 1858.
Wow.
Actually,
That's when the patent, the gentleman who put it together, the pencil, as you know it now. I didn't realize it was that far back.
you want to know what the name of the guy that did it? Hyman Lippman.
Yes.
Wow.
I didn't write him down because I was like, okay, whatever.
I just looked over and I seen the name. I was what?
Mitchell Curtis put the exact date in.
Oh,
Did he?
Yeah, March 30th.
well, Carrie
Gary got it first.
got it first.
Because he said what year?
Yeah, when the first Liberal Democrat ran for office.
Yeah. When was
First
the first
Liberal
liberal
Democrat.
Democrat ran for office?
Man, our fans are awesome.
I like that.
Oh, God.
And we just got shut down on Facebook. Awesome.
No.
Yeah. No, we haven't yet.
This is a trivia question. I'll give you.
I don't
There's no answer to this one or no awards. I'm just gonna tell you since it's about the volcano. Mayor, you're a pretty sharp guy. Name me the only continent that does not have a volcano, an active volcano on it.
Ooh.
There's only one continent that doesn't have one.
Ooh, I think I know.
Antarctica.
No,
No. That's wrong because the one with Perth.
it's not active.
Oh, it's not active.
I said not
Oh,
active.
okay.
Hmm.
I looked at it to make sure. All the time.
Okay.
One of our listeners. matter
I
of fact,
thought
she-
Antarctica was
Australia.
it.
That's what I was thinking was Antarctica.
Australia. That is it.
Australia.
Yeah.
I thought that one.
Yeah, but I guess that one's no longer
It's
active.
no longer active,
Oh.
So
Yeah.
and that might have been Austria you've seen anyway. But I have to look it back up. It might have been
no,
Austria.
Perth is Australia.
Well, anyway, it's not it's non-active.
You damn dummy.
Nope, it's non-active.
Huh.
Australia. It's the only one. 'Cause I was like,
I was.
Yep,
I was
it is
shooting,
Australia.
I was shooting for all the ice.
All right. So who do I got to give entries for here? That's what I was thinking.
Carrie was the first one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can give her any more on this. I might have to put her in again.
Yeah, she ought to be
It
about
stopped
the
at-
highest.
Yeah, she's got over 1,000.
Huge anus.
Well, we already know it only takes 39.
Huge
minutes.
anus. Look it
Yeah.
up. He said Australia.
Yeah.
That's his name. This guy, we got a listener on here. He's been to Facebook just so many times. He's got an account now called Huge Anus. Huge
Yeah, I see
anus.
it.
Huge anus.
Yeah. That'll change in 7 days when he gets his regular Facebook back.
7 hours.
Oh, yeah, 7
He's on a
hours.
countdown. And Bigfoot will be back here for long.
Yeah, Bigfoot will.
That's what
Yeah, that's also
That's
we've
crazy.
figured out the mystery of Bigfoot. Bigfoot is Dean Cerny, one of our listeners, because we've never seen them in the same place at the same time.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, I actually have to. Carrie, you better love me. I have to actually add you a second time into our Rolodex here.
Jesus Christ, how many she got?
1074.
Christ.
I think.
Christ, I'll make that trivia question. Who's had the most entries on here ever?
I quit.
Well, we already know, so we don't have to. Thank God we don't have to do the research. All right, Carl.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's 1174 is what she
Okay,
has.
Let me get this set up here.
And yes, it is Annie that has the most entries ever.
Ever. Yeah.
That won't let you share from Chrome.
That's
different. isn't
What
it?
happened there? What kind of rude stuff is that? That's un-American.
Those jerks.
Those
I
communists.
got
There it is.
Up there, but it will not.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me
Just do
introduce
share
you
whole screen.
to Lowland Streaked Teneric. Lowland
I
Streaked
think it was
Teneric.
application window, maybe.
Just seconds.
Oh, okay.
Talk for. Give me 3 minutes.
All right.
Talk about something else.
Sounds like a name.
Hey, give me 3 minutes.
No, the Lowland, the
Oh, yeah, yeah. Sound like a woman.
Lowland.
Streaked.
Lowland Streaked Teneric. That's anyway, we went to that.
Went the wrong way.
Here's it. What are you doing there? Here's an interesting. That's where they're from.
I know, but it ain't on your screen. I had to download them and bring them up.
Okay, while you're doing that, here's an interesting piece of nugget. 50 years ago, yesterday, Kenny Rogers, the great country artist Kenny Rogers, signed Don Henley and his band to their first album, and then they went on to become the Eagles.
Wow.
Really?
It was because of Kenny Rogers we had the Eagles.
Cool.
So
I
you
thought
come
you were
here
gonna
and a bunch
say
of
the-
rednecks, and we
the
entertain
greatest-
you.
That's cool.
One of the greatest country artists of all times.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Wrote
tell
The
you something.
Gambler, but you know.
As far as Mount Rushmore goes, he's on my Mount Rushmore.
Oh, yeah.
Singers. Kenny Rogers is.
Oh yeah.
Fortunately, I had to take one of my favorite ones off to put him on there, but
It should be in downloads.
he's on there.
There it is.
You're welcome. Look at me telling
That's
the tech
all
guy
right.
how to do his job.
That's okay as long as you do it.
This
If I got to
was-
do it, there's a problem.
Everything was different today.
Yeah.
what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's right.
Yeah, everything was a little bass
Rush,
backwards.
rush.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Ready? All right.
Yeah.
The Lowland Streaked Teneric. Carl, if you hit him for it, there you go. Take a look at this weirdo thing.
I kind of want one as a pet,
They're kind of pretty cool.
except for that bottom left picture. That looks a little.
let's say you had a bad day.
That dude's finger in a light switch,
You
light
look
socket.
Like a
Can you
rough
see?
Hedgehog.
Come on around and take a look at this
Uh-huh.
thing.
Yeah.
These are some of the animals that I pick one a weird animal every week to talk about on here. Before you leave, we'll show you one of our favorite ones before y'all leave. Look, at Carl, he's like, uh-huh. All right, the Lowland Streaked Teneric belongs to the family of Teneric, and more specifically to the subfamily of a spiny Tenerics. It sounds like he's got a substance abuse problem.
You're right.
That's what it sounds like.
Say no to drugs.
Yeah, the average size of this thing is a length of 140 millimeters, which is 5.5 inches. However, adults have been known to grow a maximum of 172 millimeters, which is 6.8 inches. Body weight of these adults and species can range from 125 to 280 grams, which would be 4.4 to 9.9 ounces. Okay. The species have black, spiny, long and yellow or chestnut brown stripes that run through the length of their body. There is a medium yellow stripe that runs down the rostrum along to one dorsal or two lateral spines that mark the length of the body and may serve as a warning to predators. Quills are present. Quills are present in the species, and being longer than the more numerous. They have, however,
Put that up there.
However, the ventricle region options a few quills, but have the ability to distract and use for defense.
Looks like a chipmunk banged a canary in the elevator panel y'all
Kind of
showed.
like a hedgehog type.
It's a hedgehog from Rockwood Village on meth.
Yeah.
Oh man,
What do they eat? Does it say?
Messing up all day long.
I'm assuming probably vegetables, like vegetation. But what the hell?
Diet. Here you go.
Looks like ants or something, maybe.
The teneric
Maybe.
is above both doing the way he feeds during day or at night. It doesn't matter to him. Its diet is made up of primarily earthworms, but it will sometimes prey on other invertebrates as well. It may be seen stomping its feet on the ground and its forepaws, an adaptation which is believed to be increasing earthworm activity easier for going. So that means he could detect doing that. He could either lure them to him or he could sense where they're coming and go after them.
Wow.
Very smart creature. Most tenerics possess a long snout with poking around on the ground to find their food. They also capable of eating fruit. So they have a wide variety.
And where'd you say they were from?
It just shows the island, but don't say
Teneric.
That's the island of Dr. Moreau, right?
It's off of Africa. It's an island outside of Africa.
Oh, okay.
Island outside Africa. Island of Teneric. That's all it says to me. It says outside
It's a
Africa.
weird creature.
Yeah, and that's your pimp's pet for the day.
Wow,
Yeah, you all got that one.
that's pretty interesting.
Now, Carl, real quick, if you want to show the mayor our favorite one so far.
I don't think we still got it on here. I'll have to look it up and show
Oh,
you a
that one-
picture of it. It's,
Never mind. When you go home, just for giggles,
Okay.
look up the goblin shark.
Oh, is that one with the real long snout?
No,
This is the freakiest thing you ever seen in your life.
he looks like he's anorexic as hell, but when he goes to eat, his jaws will pull way out. And he pulls them in. He's different colors. He looks like something out of sci-fi.
Yeah.
That's the goblin shark.
Yeah, I
Look at-
see it a lot. Yeah.
Look at that nasty looking creature.
It looks like something washed up on the beach. Look at that.
It looks like something dead.
Yeah,
and
look at that
decayed.
one down at the bottom. Yeah. It looks like a Hollywood, like a prop out of Hollywood.
I mean,
What would you do? What would you do if you're out there
yeah.
on
This
a wave
guy's got a
runner
hold of
minding
it.
your own business and that thing's chasing you?
There's two
Well,
movements
are-
that you make
are
whenever
you
that
religious?
thing. No, hold on. There's two movements that you make when that thing swims up to you: a bowel movement and a physical movement.
Yeah, that's
Shit and
right.
run.
You ever heard of Jesus Christ?
Oh, yeah.
You know, Jesus walked the water, right?
Yeah.
That's why.
I'm sprinting on water.
Now, if you look up at the very top up here, this other thing's pretty close to being scary too. Look at the size of that. That ain't too bad.
No, but them teeth ain't too good.
Yeah.
No.
Well, no, but
It's
that's
just like-
a little one. But those things are deep.
That's too close. My hands would be too close.
You know, this is a good one to put out for all those people that are getting ready to go do spoon billing next month.
Yeah.
Go spoon billing.
If it was
Snag
fresh water,
Yeah.
it was
Snag
fresh-
that bastard.
if it was fresh water,
You know.
you see a lot of rednecks. Hey.
No.
You know, I might
Let's
just-
stop noodling.
I might just put one of those on a sweater
And
and go down
nobody
there
had heard
like
of
those
the
are.
goblin shark until we did it on that show
Yeah.
tonight. And it was on for a week on everybody's show.
Not only that, but on another place that does things like us, VRS, they were doing it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, oh, y'all stole my crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they
So-
said, yes, we did. We watched the show and stole your crap. Like, you thieving
I
bastard.
think, you know what? You guys ought to put some of those on some sweaters and sell those. And, you know, I'm telling you, snagging
Well-
season coming up.
Funny thing, Bear, when I pitched this idea to him, he's like, I mean, he goes, yeah, I know you're good and all, but really?
I don't know.
Then and then I came in like I started with the Rottweiler because I'm a huge Rottweiler fan. He's like, okay. Then bang, I hit him with that. He was like, oh. And then I hit him with the Star Nose Mole. He's like, oh. And then pretty soon he's like, now you can't wait to see what I got.
Yeah. Well, and see, there's also another running joke on the show, and everybody who watches knows this. We do these things to see if we can get each other to quit the show.
Oh, yeah.
And he's got me to quit the show 3 times so far with these animals.
And we're tied. He did
Yeah,
seven-
we're tied 3 for 3.
He put something on there one day. I was like,
I wanted to quit because I put it on
forget
there.
Just forget it. The coolest thing he ever put on there, America,
Hey,
he had a
John
van.
DeCoo Jr.
Somebody pulled a van up behind their house,
Uh-huh.
built a roof over it, left the lights and played. Van.
Painted
I've
everything.
seen that. On,
I mean, it
on
looked
internet.
like it was a part of the house.
Put a skirting around it.
That's a man cave.
I was like,
It
wow.
was cool. It was one of those things like you couldn't quit looking at it. It looked like a train wreck. It was like,
What
Well,
in the
I'll tell
hillbilly
you-
redneck trailer park hell?
You're thinking, can I do that to my
Now,
house?
I've
you know?
seen this, guys, in real life, and
Yeah.
it's called not getting a building permit.
Yeah.
There you
Well,
go.
there was
It's
another
on
one.
wheels.
There was another one I put up there that the deck was actually a pontoon boat.
Yeah.
Wow.
It didn't have a motor or a console, but it had the pontoons.
Set right up to a trailer.
Dude, right
house.
up to a
That's
trailer.
right.
Well, I've seen a lot of those pontoon boats just sitting on ponds out here over
Yeah.
on Kidder, which ain't a bad idea. you can get
Right
out there
on.
and float on and
Right on.
Well,
You
it's
know,
like the Suburban with the minivan made on top of it
Oh,
for the
wow.
deer stand.
God,
Oh, yeah.
this
They
thing was
drove to
painted
where it wanted to go
camo.
hunting.
Wow.
This thing was painted camo. They literally took a Suburban, married a some
Ford
sort of minivan on top of it, and painted it all. I mean, it looked
Camouflage,
really well done.
ladders up to it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
They were
crazy.
sitting at a gas station filling up.
I'm like,
Really?
They could
Yeah.
drive out to their hunting area and climb up in there and deer hunt.
okay.
Not a bad idea, guys.
The jet ski
Times
and
are
the
tough.
flat bottom boat.
Yeah, the jet
That
ski
you
and the
wanted
flat
to
bottom.
buy.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do. That was probably the best one I ever seen. They put a jet ski in a boat, in a fishing boat.
Oh wow.
Like
Flat
cut it
bottom
out, married the jet ski and the boat up with fiberglass and resin and all that stuff.
Them
It was
And-
kind of cool.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad.
I'm like,
I was like, okay.
I told Carl, I need all the information. Carl's like, I don't know what that. I want the information.
We
I'm
were
gonna
zooming in
buy it.
trying to find license numbers and anything to
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
information on it.
I'm like, it looked cool as heck. You want to take care of a few announcements here real quick?
Yeah.
All right. Guys, on February 27th, we'll pimp ourselves out real good. Yeah, there's our flyer. Yeah. Great. You hold that. February 27th, One More Tale can be live. And finally, we're getting back on stage. My God, I'm jonesing like a crack whore to get back and tell some jokes. February 27th at B&B Down Home Cooking. They're in Gallatin, Missouri. Veteran-owned place. Carl, he does a live update every morning from there. News. You ever anything you want to put on there?
Yeah.
Let him know.
If
News
you
and
ever
everything.
want to come up and be on the show, it's called Wake Up Gallatin.
Okay, cool.
And
But he'll talk
I
about
go
more than
live
Scout
on
stuff.
Hamilton
That's
Swap
cool.
Shop because I own it.
And we advertised you on there. You've been on the last couple of mornings to let them know you're going to be on here. So
Cool.
people know
Well,
you're
that's a
But I
good
do
place
a
to
live-
eat too.
A
excellent
live
place,
show
yeah.
like this up there at 8 a.m.
Yep.
every
Are they
morning.
feeding us Saturday night?
Me?
Uh-oh.
No, I
You
don't know.
greedy
I
bastard.
don't
That's
know.
in my
No,
contract.
No, I wouldn't do it to you.
And
so
there's
Fe-
going to be barbecue.
yeah, it's gonna be barbecue. She's put out a special spread for us up there.
Yeah.
It's a doubleheader show. You know what you remember the doubleheader shows? It's a family friendly.
Got it. Hold on. We have got to come up with something else to call it other than that.
You don't like the
Why?
doubleheader?
No,
He thinks it's some type of Mexican porn site or something.
No.
Doubleheader.
That's for
It's
the adult
just-
version.
just bad story. Okay, just no.
How about a twofer?
There you go. 2-for-1 show or something.
Kids and mom and dad.
7
There you
o'clock
go.
starts a family friendly since we're done with the peanut gallery. over
There we go.
7 o'clock, family friendly. 9 o'clock starts the adult. And if you show up thinking I'm gonna have a clown face on, you're in the wrong place, buddy, because we're not. Okay, it's adult portion. We don't do anything real racist. We don't get real raunchy. Hear that, Richard? We know you're watching. Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna have. We got this is an all-star team. We got lined up, guys. We got the David Scott, great funny man. Him and
King of clean comedy.
King of clean comedy. Him and Jesus told jokes together. Okay. We got Richard
He made
Montano.
fun of Jesus in
He
elementary
probably
school.
did. Probably did. Richard Montano, the godfather of comedy. It's just show up and see what kind of suit he's going to wear on stage. He might have fuzzy slippers on with a suit. This guy's he's insane.
He did that at Warrior.
He went at
Fest.
Warrior Fest. Just got in a motorcycle wreck 2 weeks prior.
Yeah.
Hiring a Georgia Pine. Comes up on stage, sharp dressed as hell until you look at his feet like,
He had like the UGG slippers.
oh,
He had
they were
those on.
ugly. Is what the hell they were. He's going, what?
Well, I figured out why they call them Uggs.
Yeah, you had
Those
about
UGG boots and the UGG slippers.
$3,000 suit
Because whenever
on.
you look at them, you go, oh.
Ugh. And he was up performing like as what? He said, my feet were cold.
And he couldn't put normal shoes on because his foot was swollen on the other side.
This is the same guy who called me for 3 months. He'll testify. One of he was late for Warrior Fest. Warrior Fest we have every year in November, right? He's calling me in August. Hey, when do we perform? What are you talking about?
Did I miss a Warrior Fest already?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
messaged me on Facebook, dude. Did I miss a Warrior Fest already?
This is October. He called me and goes, something
It's
wrong
not
with
till
Richard.
November, dude.
And then he called me a week prior. I'm here. Hey, you better not be there because we ain't performing. When we performing, man. So you got to write this down. So finally wrote it down, and then he shows up on time. But so he's going to be there. He's a great man. Typhoon Panda.
Typhoon. Oh God,
man! If you guys have never heard this guy's an amazing guy.
I hope he does the cousin in the wheelchair.
Yeah, I hope.
Yeah, he's hit about every venue there is in Kansas City, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah,
he is what we like to call a show whore.
Yep.
Yep.
He's a show whore.
He will perform anytime, anywhere for just about any amount of money.
Yep.
Yep. He's
even free.
Excellent comedian. And so was Richard Montano. They're both Hollywood celebrities, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to be headlining that thing. I'm a show whore too, auctioneer, whatever you want to do with the mic. And our buddy right here, the Golden Voice, is going to be emceeing it.
I heard y'all's MC is an asshole.
He's
prima donna.
He looks like he's got worms.
Yeah, it probably does.
But so he's going to be headlining that on the 27th. Carl is we're going to go live for this particular show here.
Yes.
March 13th, we got Last Comic Standing with this. Here's your prize, fellas.
Cool.
That's your prize right there. We're going to give that away to the winner of our Last Comic Standing on March 13th. It takes place here in Cameron, Missouri, at the American Legion, Post 33.
Yep.
7 o'clock. It's $5 to enter that. You got to be 18 because comics are going to say some adult jokes. You're going to have 2 rounds of competition. First is a 5-minute round for the comedians. They go over 5 minutes, they're out. They tell any joke they want or any set of jokes they want, but you got to watch that clock. They make it past the first round. The second round, they get a topic from one of the judges, and that's going to be Justin and Carl and Damon Tater Spray and Alan Reed. Going to be judges and timekeeper. All right, you get a topic. You got 2 minutes to write a joke, 3 minutes to perform. You go over that 3-minute mark, you're out. The winner at the end gets half the pot and the trophy. The rest of the money goes to veterans prevent veteran suicide. If there's a tie, the comic closest in the first round without going over 5 minutes will win. If there's a tie there, then the trophy goes on with me. That's all I can tell you. Okay. April 10th.
Before you go to that, remind them to stay tuned to WO Entertainment's Facebook page for the update of the pay-per-view on that event.
Yeah, we're going to be doing a pay-per-view on that event. Stay tuned to the page, guys. We got that in the works, and we're going to be getting that took care of. That's going to be March 13th, where you can pay online, set in the comfort of your own home if you're worried about COVID. $5 to do that. And
but if Dean pays to watch it, he's not going to be in the comfort of his own home. He's going to be in the comfort of his garage, and everybody in the neighborhood is going to hear what's going on.
Oh, I thought maybe he's watching the timber.
He might.
April 10th. This place called me, wanted us back. We were so successful when it was in November. Blackwater Restaurant and Lounge.
Yep.
In Chillicothe, Missouri. If you've never been to this place,
I've never been there.
oh man, you're missing out. This place is awesome.
In the day, it was the place.
Awesome menu.
Huh.
It's you're going to pay for it, but it's not outrageous, but it's worth every stinking penny.
I'll check that out.
Well, I had a piece of salmon that was that long, about that thick.
Huh. Good damn.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
and
Dean,
they want to send it's a 2-for show.
there you go. Thank you.
Show.
Or double show.
Family friendly at 7, adult at 9. Okay, the same bunch of people are going to be at that one performing too. So come on out there, guys. We got a show. We're going to be in Gallatin, Missouri, coming up in May. I think it's May 5th, but we haven't finalized the date on that yet.
Yep.
We had to change it from the 24th to the 5th. But that's going to be at the Gallatin Theater League. So we got things rolling, and we got other shows coming up.
And also,
Good time.
stay tuned to the page.
I knew I forgot one.
Yes, I got to remind you.
Oh,
Yes,
well,
thank
go
you very
ahead.
much. This is very good show here.
And then I'll get to my announcement.
I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry. March 27th. Finally, we're going to be Good Time Charlie's.
Chillicothe, Missouri.
Chillicothe, Missouri.
All right.
Richard, that's going to be an adult show at 8 o'clock. Richard Montano, Typhoon Panda, and myself. We're going to lay it down in there. Ain't going to be no buckwheat wig wearing or nothing like that. We're going to make them laugh. Good Time Charlie's. I can't advertise that you buy a drink, but if you bring a drink, you're allowed to drink it on his facility. Okay.
BYOB.
Might be some there. I don't know. Legally can't tell you that, but all I can tell you is it's going to be a damn good show. And I knew I forgot one. Thank you, Carl. That's going to be a good one. Come out and enjoy.
And we are in the works for the first ever WO Entertainment Kansas City backyard sanctioned cook-off.
Oh, yes. One of our guys.
Coming October 9th.
October 9th.
Yes.
Where's
will
that
be
at?
the date on it. It'll be right here.
Is that with our boy Matt Brooks?
Matt will be here.
Yes.
For that. And if he isn't, Matt, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Yep.
I'll kick you square in the piss pump. I don't care.
Mayor's
So
probably-
real quick,
Mayor's probably
I've got
thinking, what
this-
am I coming on here for? These guys.
this comment is funny, but it's also kind of cute at the same time, and I can't believe I'm saying that because it's coming from Dean. He said, "My puppy is going through the biting phase. He has the zoomies right now. He flew into the living room, laid down, bit his wiener, yelped, and ran away."
And that'll be the show for the night. Thank you.
The only reason I laugh so hard is because I've seen dogs do that.
And it's funny because Dean Cerny ain't got no filter. So he'll put something like that on there now. He don't care.
Now, John DePew, he had a good comment. He said, "I've had worse hangovers and harder time breathing after leaving the bar than what COVID did to him."
And some people, the whole COVID thing, some people have had nothing. They get it and they don't feel nothing.
Yeah.
Like our governor, he didn't feel bad, but his wife did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny. Sometimes couples get it. One might get it, the other will not.
Yep.
There's so much about this thing we don't know nothing about.
Yep. Absolutely.
The thing I got with it is I'm not scared of it. I'm not afraid of it. I get it. I don't. I'm not going to live my life in fear of it.
Yep.
Is it as bad as what they say? No. I tell you why I don't believe none of them. I don't believe in not a damn one of them because the numbers don't add up.
Nope.
They really don't. I've talked to doctors who told me personally, he said, "Hey, we get paid for every COVID comes to our hospital." The government said they don't. You got nurses and doctors telling you something. Who's on the same page here?
As 2 or 3 days ago down in St. Joe, they at Heartland or Mosaic, they only had 3 that had COVID in the whole hospital.
Yep.
When I was in there at the time, there was a couple hundred.
And St. Joe was a hotspot at one time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
well, there was also the people who would come in, they would die from a car accident,
Yeah.
but they test positive for COVID, so they died from COVID.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a lot of that. House fire. You died in a house fire. You died in a COVID house fire.
Man had a heart attack. Died of COVID.
Mickey, no.
All about money.
Yeah.
It is. They get big money for that.
Speaking
if
of
they
that,
put it on your death certificate.
Being the mayor of a town during this time, big topic is, and Justin, I won't wear them, but masks. What's your opinion
No,
on?
I wear 'em.
Are you gonna
I've
mandate it or not?
Well, I brought it up to the alderman. Really, as a mayor position, you don't really mandate anything. I mean, you basically oversit and just pretty much control the meeting.
Mhm.
And the aldermen are the ones that vote for it. I brought it to them a couple different times. Especially when we had Casey shut down in Hamilton twice, I believe, because of
Right.
it. And you think of Casey's, and you think of especially I have, from my point of view, looking at it with my parents being in their 80s and going to get fuel, you can't pay it to you have to go inside to prepay, and there's always a line to the restroom. It seems like it takes you forever to pay for your fuel in there.
Mhm.
Then of course, a few days later it's shut down because of COVID. I just want people to protect themselves, do what's best for them. I'm not going to say, wear your mask and you have to wear your mask, or protect yourself. What is your life worth to you?
Yeah.
Address it how you want to address it.
I like
And
that.
on the mask thing, and I
like
did
that.
this last week. I've done a TikTok on it. I've done
You can't even
numerous.
spell TikTok. Your brain working.
Anyway, here's my thing. Okay, there is a way to wear a mask.
Yes. Oh yes.
You ain't gonna do it, are you?
Yes.
Here
This
we
is
go.
how you're supposed to wear a freaking mask.
Yes.
This is a damn chin diaper.
Yes.
Do the other one that you seen. Oh,
I
we had a
mean-
guy that's covered his beard.
Oh yeah.
He's using
Yeah.
to cover his beard
Yeah.
cover.
We was at where was we at? We was at Walmart. It was always a great place to go. And
I about got kicked
And,
out of
uh,
Walmart last week.
so- she says to me, she says, "Look at that guy over there wearing that mask with that beard." And I chuckled and I said, "Yeah, and a big long beard." And I said, "Makes you think of a '70s Playboy, doesn't it?"
The 70s porn star. Yeah.
Well,
Of course,
and
we quickly left after that, but
Yeah.
this is how I almost got kicked out of Walmart last week. I always have my mask on me, whether it's this one or whether it's one of my little ones. Which these, I'm sorry,
one thing I did notice
Yeah.
about masks, and this year I started up.
they look like a piece of negligee.
Yes, they do. Yes, I agree. if anything out of it, and maybe you guys can see kind of how you
Yeah.
use them.
Yeah.
You can use them.
Hell yeah, you can use it for
Yeah.
for
You can
advertisement.
advertise.
Yeah.
This year I've started my own lawn mowing service, so why not a better way to do it than
Why
put
not?
it on there?
My thing is if you're gonna wear it, wear it. If you're gonna do that half-mast bullshit where it's
Well-
a chin diaper, just take it off because it's not doing any good.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
do
did you
you,
see
do you
the
wear your
video?
underwear that way? I mean,
You see the video guy?
I know people who wear the pants like
testing
that.
it, how he tested it.
Who's that?
Okay, the guy took those masks, the M91s,
But yeah,
paper ones
N95s,
like
yeah.
that,
Mhm.
where each one of them went in there and sanded sheetrock. Come out, take the mask off. You got dust all the way down
Yeah.
through here. You're breathing everything in, right? He did it with every mask.
yeah,
They
Yeah.
can't block it.
no,
Yeah, they,
No.
It's a face
I
covering
don't-
is all
and-
it is.
this. You guys have surely been to Walmart and been in the electronics section before. It's
Mhm.
me. It's one of my personal favorite places to pass gas.
I know this
And,
guy already, man.
You're that guy.
And yes, and the last time I'm thumbing through the $5 movies over there, and I've crop dusted a good section of it.
Crap
You
dusted.
know, if they don't have their mask on right, or if they have it on right, they shouldn't smell it. Is what I was.
Now, I'm going to call bullshit on that.
If it didn't get through your drawers,
Yeah,
it didn't get through that mask.
exactly.
Exactly.
That's
Because
my
if it goes
point.
through 1 to 2 layers of fabric, it's going to go through that little piece of paper.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
The big thing is everybody wearing masks. You're breathing.
you're breathing
You're
CO2
breathing
just straight back in.
That's
Yeah.
Legionnaire's disease for me.
Yep.
Hashtag the mayor farts in Walmart electronics.
You are now,
There you
you
go.
are now
You have now been
worldwide.
hashtagged.
You are worldwide right now.
There you go. Oh boy. No others.
And she's turning about as red as your vest.
There you go.
Well, at least you got to marry some sense of humor. Eat one of these uptight
Right.
guys.
That's it.
Law.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I get so tired, and this is part of the reason why I despise and have such a deep hatred for politicians.
Mhm.
Like they want to have me go up and do like a town hall with Congress or something,
Oh yeah.
just so they can live stream it and make $1 million because
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to set up.
my head will
Yeah.
pop.
Everything.
Big
People
politics.
put politicians on such a
They
pedestal
do.
that the politician, and they do the same thing, and I hate to say this, but they do the same thing with celebrities, preachers,
Yes.
politicians.
Yep.
And so these individuals, these people, these normal everyday human beings end up getting this big head about them, and I'm talking bigger than his head, to where they think that they're better than everybody else.
Yeah.
And thank you, Chris,
Yeah.
because you coming in and telling that joke,
Yeah.
that right there and we've obviously cut up and had
You
some
know-
fun. That right there proves that you're just like me and him and
Yeah.
him and
you got all this. You got a world that's fueled by media and it's fueled by
Yes.
politics, and it's exactly what it is. It's programming you to think this way, programming you to do this way. I'm a big firm believer in that. Turn the TV off, get outside and live life.
Yep.
That's what I always said. And big politics, small politics are just as important as big
Yeah.
politics, and especially if it's within your area in your hometown.
Yeah.
I think is what people ought to keep focused
well,
on.
yeah, and and I like that because your county politics, your city politics, your
Mhm.
state politics, those affect your day-to-day life
Yes.
Right.
more than what happens in Washington D.C.
Right.
Whoever's reading a teleprompter. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The governor, to me, is the most important man in our day-to-day lives.
All right.
Okay. Because he's the one who dictates. And then, your county commissioner, and then your mayor if you live in a town. I don't live in a town,
Yes.
but those are the people that you really want to,
Right.
One thing that I really, that the media has did to us and other politicians, they've almost killed the comedy industry. Okay. By
Yeah,
getting mad at what
the
you
entertainment
say.
industry in general.
This cancel culture, like you say anything, even though it might be funny as hell, okay, you got to deliver it a certain way. Well, if you deliver a certain way, maybe it's not funny no more. They want, and they're trying to kill the industry. And me and Ty-Fu and a few of us left who don't give a crap.
Yeah.
We'll say it how we want to say it.
Yeah.
What they-
Example, I had a lady, I got this joke called cell phone. Okay. In the joke, I talk about the male penis. It's just a word. Okay, 50% of the population has one. The Bible calls it a penis.
Right.
Who am I? It's a medical term, right? Did a show with us like 250 people. Just show. One lady was mad because he'd word the penis. 249 laughed her ass off.
Oh,
She was mad about it. She came to me after the show. She says, well, can you change the name of that to yin yang or woo hoo or something? I said, ma'am, I could, but it's not funny. It's not funny in that term because how the joke was, it's a true story. It was written on a true story. So to change it how you say the true story, you'll no longer understand the story.
Yep.
And so
I would boo you off stage for saying yin yang or hoo hoo.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Unfortunately, people have lost their sense of humor. You know, they're
And then they get it back.
easily offended.
Yeah,
everybody's easily offended.
Don't come if you don't want to hear comedy, especially
Don't
adult
show
show. If it says adult show and you show up, expect to hear adult content.
Right.
You don't have to. Don't be perfect vulgar. If it's not, if you don't like it, you can walk out.
Well, I've got a couple of jokes that I tell, but I don't tell them at during family friendly sets because I say crotch goblins for one, and that may or may not be family friendly.
And again,
it's kind of borderline.
It depends who you are.
But I can't change
It depends on who's in that audience when you're booking.
Right. And so it's, and I'm talking about my kids, and I always call them my crotch goblins. It's one of those things like I can't change it. And as many times that I've tried to rewrite that so that I can change that, it doesn't work. It does not.
No.
It's just kind of like, whatever.
So you're just filling air.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, you hear a politician, well, don't you?
Tiger Woods was in a car crash.
Oh yeah, you didn't hear that?
You shouldn't say that. You should.
Yesterday morning.
Was it his wife?
In L.A.
Really?
South. He crashed the car, rolled it over. They had to cut him out with jaws of life. He's got leg injuries. Everything.
Damn.
But he's
Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
You got another car. Was there another 19 women going to come forward and say he was at the house?
Yeah.
He wasn't trying to hit his wife.
Speaking of women, of 19 women, did you know that the amount of cheating husbands since the beginning of COVID has almost tripled of men that have gotten caught cheating?
Why you figuring?
Because they go out with their woman, and then their side piece. The side piece has the COVID. They come home, they give the wife the COVID, and they end up getting caught.
At least you ain't getting something else. I guess.
Well, yeah,
but like I was saying, everybody's so sensitive. Back when you were a little boy, your grandfather used to tell you how 18, 19-year-old boys were storming the beaches of Normandy.
Oh yeah.
Killing people right and left.
Yeah.
Now 18, 19-year-old guys are over crying. He said, "I'm a fatty."
Yeah.
Is that it? You're crying because of that?
I tell you, one of the best jobs I had was driving for the veterans home out here, driving for those old boys. You talk about fun. Them guys,
oh God,
some of the movies and stuff that they would tell you about and go in, it just blows your mind. I mean, and they're people too.
Yeah.
That's the deal. But everybody forgets and loses the ideology that this person's more than this and more than that. Well, everybody's people.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
And be humble and be good to people.
Right.
And they'll be good to you. So that's what that's a great place. I recommend anybody who's looking for a job, look at your local veterans home or anything.
My wife
like
worked
that.
there for 20 years.
Yeah, my wife used to work there. I used to love going up there until this COVID hit. I used to go up every year at least once to go and just sit and listen to them because a lot of those guys, the family puts them in and then nobody goes to.
And here's another thing. Back in the medical field, you got other nursing homes that people can't get into the veterans home. They may be sitting over here at Cameron Manor. They may be, on the list to get in there. And, it's a sad deal that this COVID's got those to where the family and loved ones, you're sitting around there at the end of your life and it's just terrible.
And all you want to do is see your grandbabies or your kids for that matter. And it's, and that's why one of the reasons why I always made sure I went up there at least on Veterans Day.
I used to go shoot pool with them when they had pool tables in there.
Oh my God. It's there was one old boy, I don't know if he's still there, but he always rode around on his rascal. He had a cowboy hat on, had all the tassels and all that stuff and whatever. And that guy was so funny.
Yeah.
And he told me the same story every year, but it was just as funny.
Yeah.
Because he was so animated about it. And then, you talk to some of them and they'll draw tears from you, talking about old friends that they served with or whatever. And it's like, I mean, we're losing our greatest generation. We're almost out of our greatest generation. They're almost all gone.
Just talking about that last night, my wife, we are down to 343,000 World War II veterans left.
Yeah.
3 years ago,
I mean,
you and I had the same conversation. It was 618,000.
Yeah.
3 years ago. They said in 10 more years,
there won't be any.
it won't be one. It'd be either none left or barely 500.
Right. And
Because
they'll
now
be
they're
in
80s
their,
and 90s.
yeah, they're in their 80s, 90s now.
Yeah.
By then they're going to be, 100 plus years old. I mean,
I performed over the Veterans Home over several times with Woven Entertainment Comedy Bits over there sometimes. The greatest kick I get out of it, come on, get in, boy. They're they don't care. They're veterans. What the hell? What are you going to do? They're going to die anyway. Like one said, I'm dying anyway. Tell me something to make me effing laugh.
Yeah.
And so then you got somebody there. You won't say, you don't know if you're making them laugh or not because they won't say anything until the end of the show. Then they stand up and they clap,
Yeah.
I think a couple of them, they wheel the beds in there.
Yeah.
And just leave them in there. And you hear,
Oh, yeah.
you're trying to tell a joke here. Sound like poltergeist going on.
Just make sure if they stop breathing, you call somebody. Here they stop snoring, call somebody.
It was always
Snoring,
cool.
stop.
Yeah, it was always cool whenever I was driving those guys. They'd say, I'd take them to several different places, but in one particular, I would drive to St. Joe for a doctor's visit, and he would stop. He'd want me to stop at a gas station and get a couple of scratch-off tickets, and that's what he spent his time in the back of the vans doing scratch-off tickets.
That's awesome.
And
That's
I
awesome.
think he ended up doing pretty good on one of those at one time.
Nice.
See, that's his right to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what people don't understand in this country. You might not like it, by you telling me don't do it, but now you're offending me.
Yep.
Now you're being a bully.
Yeah.
If you don't like what I do, mind
Just
your
go
business.
the other way.
I don't care what you want to do. If you want to do that, you know what? As long as it doesn't bother me, I don't care. We need to start realizing that when these guys are crying out, wanting to cancel out vulgar language, want to cancel out stuff, that's not right.
Right.
That's not right. People, because you're behind the scenes, but people talk about it in their house. You gonna try to regulate that next? Some jobs already do.
No.
But,
That's a sad deal.
We're getting close to time's up here, Mr. Mayor. If you would, sir, tell us about when the upcoming election is, and
The election's
Carl.
coming up here in April,
Ban that.
and
It's on Twitch. I can't.
anyway, the April 6th is the election. I encourage anybody that needs a ride or anything to make prior arrangements, and if you got absentee ballots or want to do your voting, by mail in, it's by all means still available.
I've got to ask this real quick. Are you running on the Republican platform, the Democratic platform, or not?
For a mayor, they don't. You don't have any of
Well,
those,
what you need to do is say
but-
you're a Democrat. That way you get the cemetery vote.
Yeah.
See, if you win,
Yeah, well,
just saying.
Yeah. But anyway, that's coming up, and whatever I can do also to help you guys out is as far as with any of the businesses and stuff in Hamilton, I'd like to be able to do that. I do think you guys can benefit maybe from American Legion if you're doing them here and there. With Danny Blackburn would be the one to get a hold of for that.
Okay.
I do know that last year we kind of hit off on the topic of doing it in the ball field and for the city. That
We still want to do that.
That still be a good good idea of it. And so anything I can help you guys with, let me know.
Funny you should mention that. I got a deal I want to put together.
Okay.
I'm gonna call some of the local mayors around, and I want to have a dunk off.
Okay.
Get a dunk machine, right?
Okay.
Whoever raises the most money for veterans, right? The losing mayors get dunked.
There you go.
Would you be willing to do something like
I
that?
do that.
Provide
I tell you what, if hope and knock on wood, this next election, and I get in there again, if I have that mayor's meeting, maybe and
Bring them all in.
That's usually last time we had it. It was at the Penny Museum, the library.
Okay.
Maybe we could do something in the parking lot out there.
Yeah.
I think that would be.
Yeah, or you got that field out there. You have all them carnival stuff in the fairgrounds. Fairgrounds.
That field, you have all the carnivals and stuff in.
The bit out there where they do the tractor
you
pull
know,
and
that's-
truck pull.
That's one thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the place where you do the fair.
Yeah.
That's where he camps out.
That's one deal that hasn't happened in a long time. I noticed for quite a while, and there hasn't been any fairs for the town of Hamilton for quite a long period of time.
Hamilton used to be real famous for their gas and steam show out there.
Yeah,
We had people. I know. I'd be reading people from Nebraska.
yeah.
I would drive all the way down.
That's a dying breed on that too,
Yeah.
because and what hurt them was doing it at the same time, of the state fair. You got Missouri State Fair going on at the same time, the same, August, then you got that going on.
We
so
run
what
into the
do
same thing,
So, but definitely get out there, and they do have a beer garden, and
See, that's the thing. A lot of our comedy, we have veterans come to.
Right.
Obviously, veterans like to drink,
Oh yeah.
and a lot of times we got to tell us family friendly. There's no alcohol. That kills the show right there for a certain sector of people. Now we still have people come.
Yeah.
Certain sector of people don't want to come unless they're having a good time. And a good time, unfortunately, people got to drink to have a good time. Now there's no fighting or nothing like that.
Right.
But being outdoors, that's a real tricky area to have alcohol outdoors, especially if it's a city property.
Yeah.
Because I know they won't let you guys do anything like
Right.
that at all.
They won't let you do any
Right.
of that stuff there. But again, at the American Legion down there, you can rent it out, and you can do your own,
Right.
liquor license or provide your own liquor down there at the American Legion.
Yeah.
So anyway, whatever I can do to help you guys, that'd be great. And hopefully maybe I can come back here again. This has been pretty fun.
Definitely.
Yeah,
You're always welcome. Even if you don't get the mayor election, you're always welcome. We do need to close the show out.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming on
Thank
tonight.
you.
So with that being said, guys, remember the reason we do this whole show, guys, is to give you a chance to escape from the doom and gloom bullshit news of the day. Give you a chance to reach out if you need to reach out. And with that being said, if you are dealing with post-traumatic stress, any type of anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts, please reach out and talk to somebody. If it's not one of us here at the show, pretty much everybody in the comments will talk to you. I know Hugh Janus definitely will. He's put his number on here several times. Mickey has, everybody has. So with that being said, guys, much love to you all. For Richie, for Carl, and for Chris Bruce, I'm Goose. Much love to you all. We'll see you guys next week right here on the WOE Entertainment Network.
Donut Dog Ahoy.